There's a lot more Pharisee in my spiritual DNA than I like to admit. I mean, you probably possibly know who the Pharisees are. They were the religious people of Jesus' day, and they're the ones he fought with the most. He was always having an argument with the Pharisees. And I like to look down on them and say, well, it's a good thing I'm not a Pharisee. But like I said, it's best not to look too closely at the Pharisees, because when I do, I find a whole lot more of me than I want to. Like in Matthew chapter 23. This is verses 5 and 7. Jesus is doing this long lecture toward the Pharisees, and he says this: everything they do is done for people to see. They make their phylacteries, these religious articles they wore, wide, and the tassels in their garments long so people could see them. They love the place of honor at banquets and the most important seats in the synagogues. They love to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces and to be called rabbi by others. And I go, well, I don't want to be rabbi, and I don't wear fancy clothes, and I barely know what a phylactery is, and I don't wear tassels, so I think I'm good on this one. But the real issue is that one little line. They want everything they do for people to see. They want people to know they did it. They want people to be aware. They want to be honored. They want people to say good things about them. And I have things I want people to see about me, and I will push toward those things. I want people to think I'm cooler than I really am. I want them to think I'm smarter than I really am. I want them to think I'm wiser than I really am. I want them to think lots of things about me that may or may not be true. But even if they are true, the reason I want them to think them about me is because I want them to lift me up, to think highly of me. I really, really want people to think good stuff about me. And that's not necessarily terrible unless that becomes my drive. Unless my drive is to make it so people think what I want them to think about me, and not so I can accomplish the things God wants me to accomplish. If my drive is more about what people think about me than what God thinks about me, which is truer than I want to admit, then my Pharisee DNA is showing, and I need to do something about that. And that's today's Jumpstart.